I want to say a few words today about Copycat Narc as far as narcissism and copying is concerned. And I'm speaking from my own experience a lot of the time when I speak about narcissism, and I speak from a safe relationship training standpoint in order to alert us all in terms of understanding some of the behaviours that we may encounter in very narcissistic people. And we need to remember that we are all potentially capable of this narcissistic behaviour. So I'm not necessarily talking about narcissistic personality disorder, but just to really flag up some of the issues that we may encounter with very narcissistic people. So I don't really come from a place of judgment as far as others are concerned, but rather from a place of safe relationship standpoint. But one of the things that I've noticed before I knew anything that was going on was that often there is a copycat mentality with these people. And this was first flagged up to me a number of years ago when I was in a meeting, actually, and somebody who was speaking at that time brought up a concept that I'd been discussing with them a few days earlier, and they presented this as far as their own concept was concerned. And I thought, I was quite stunned at the time and didn't understand that sometimes other people will copy our behaviour or our words or our ideas or our personality even. And so I didn't really know what was going on, but I wanted to flag that up for people today to help to keep people safe, really, and to understand that we may not be aware when other people, for whatever reason, want to hijack parts of our life or our personality or characteristics sometimes, and want to borrow them, as I see it, and pretend or copy them and pretend that they are their own, which often is only for a temporary amount of time, because when we are coming from an authentic place and our characteristics and personality is authentic, then we do not need to copy other people, because this is coming out from an authentic place within us, and it's actually part of who we are. And therefore we're less likely to want to copy other people, because we are generally happy with who we are as people. But it can be quite shocking and upsetting sometimes when we realise that other people are passing off our characteristics as their own. But at the end of the day, it is possible really to just let it go, because it doesn't need to affect our welfare in any way. It's just a matter of really identifying that there are times when others may want to do that. And as far as very narcissistic people in general are concerned, they tend to believe from an egoic point of view, that they have a right to do certain things. So, in other words, they believe that whatever they do, to a large extent, they have a right to do that. And so it doesn't appear to be shocking to them when they do all these narcissistic behaviours, because it's often coming from an inherent right that they believe they have to do certain things to other people, which is why often when we confront them, we can be met with a so what mentality, even if it's been a very, very hurtful thing that they've done, because they see it inherently as their right. So that's one of the dangers that we often encounter with very narcissistic people, which is why I speak about it in terms of safe relationship training. And often I believe, which is what I've personally sensed when dealing with narcissistic people, is that these behaviours often come from a lack of belief in the true self and a lack of connection with the true self at their essence, and therefore the false self is often the one that is portraying itself through these behaviours, and the lack of belief in the authentic true self, which they are often not truly connected to. That has just been my experience, and I think that is the experience of a lot of other people as well. So it's often wise just to have awareness of these issues, that other people may want to copycat our characteristics and sometimes our personality, which can feel really weird in the outcome, particularly if you have worked, as I have done, for many years to maintain a degree of integrity, and that can often take a lot of work. And so I do commiserate with you if that's happened with you, but it's often a good idea to just maintain our safe relationship toolbox and to maintain a strong sense of self within ourselves. And then when other people come along and think that they can take those characteristics from us, which they can't, they mimic them, but they can't take anything from us if it is part of our authentic core. So I hope that helps someone out there, and as always, stay safe and very happy. Bye bye.